ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो भगवते वैवस्वताय मृत्यवे ब्रह्म विद्याचार्याय नचिकेतसे च। Your notebook page 44, Udra number 14, Gita Press page 128. तदेतदिति मन्यन्ते
ततेददिति मन्यन्ते
अनिर्देश्यं परमं सुखम्
अनिर्देश्यं परमं सुखम्
कथं नु तद्विजानीयाम्।
कथं नो तद्विजानीयाम्।
किमु भाति विभाति वा
किमु भाति विभाति वा
तदेतदिति मन्यन्ते
तदेतदिति मन्यन्ते
अनिर्देश्यं परमं सुखम्
अनिर्देश्यं परमं सुखम्
कथं नु तद्विजानीयाम्।
कथं नु तद्विजानीयाम्।
किमु भाति विभाति वा
किमु भाति विभाति वा।
So, getting into mantra number 14, Bhagavan Bhashyakara does not give a sambandha. Sambandha Bhashyam is not there. Okay. And so here, the question is being asked, Kimu bhati vibhati va, like that. So now, the speaker is different. Previously, the speaker was Yama. Now, Nachiketaha Vacha. That is what you must say right on top. Nachiketaha Abravit. Something like that we have to say. Apracha. So he's saying Tad etad iti manyante. Tad etad iti manyante. The minute you see something like Tad etad in Advaita, you have to immediately say Tad Brahma etad Atma iti manyante. Paroksham aparoksham iti manyante. Okay. Tad Brahma is Aham Atma. Okay. Iti manyante. Okay, I got what you said. And that is Anirdeshyam Paramam Sukham. What is the purpose of all this? Paramam Sukham is there. Therefore, that Paramam Sukham, Atma, this knowledge is supposed to give me Paramam Sukham. All right. And it is Anirdesh. Anirdeshyam means You cannot categorically point to Atma like any other object in this universe. You cannot point it because it's not an object. Okay. Anirdesham, that also I understand. But then, katham nu tad vijaniyam kimu bhati vibhati va. Okay. So, kimu bhati. Does Atma reveal itself or does Brahma reveal itself? And or does it reveal itself clearly? Reveal itself clearly means what? Hey, does Atma reveal itself? Or does it need some help to reveal itself? And is a better statement. And can I know it? Can I know it clearly? Is there an end to this journey? How long should I study like this? Is this knowledge that you're talking so clear? Exactly like the knowledge of rope in the rope snake. That kind of clarity, will I have it? Can I get it? Because Atma it cannot be objectified. Anirdeshyam also it is. Anirdeshyam. And so it can't be categorically expressed. Yato vacho nivartanti. So therefore, Nachiketa has that doubt. You're saying it can't be. Atma is the only thing that can't be described by words. But it's the only thing I want to know also. Everything else it doesn't matter. So, kimu bhati vibhati va. Katam nu tad vijaniyam. How am I going to know this? How are we going to know this Atma which you have talked about? How am I going to know it very clearly? Katam nu tad vijaniyam. So this is a question by Nachiketa. Tad etad. So that much Nachiketa got, right? He is no longer looking upward for some Brahman, but he understands Atma is non-separate from Brahma. Atma is identical to Brahma, not a remote entity. And Paramam Sukham, that also he got. And so, because so far Yama has not given any techniques, you have to sit in a particular position. Padmasana is very important. Otherwise, the Kundali will not rise, Kundalini will not rise. All these things he did not talk about. Not a man. Why? Because Atma is not to be experienced. Every experience has Atma in it. And therefore, there is no object called Atma whose experience you are about to get. Okay? Therefore, that's why all these questions are coming up. All right. With that said, let's study the Bhaashyam. Yat tat
Yat tat
Atmavijnanam Sukham
Atmavijnanam Sukham
Anirdesham Nirdeshtum Ashakyam
Anirdeshyam Nirdeshtu Ashakyam
Paramam Prakrishtam
Paramam Prakishtam
Prakrita Purusha Vang Manasayoho
Prakrita Purusha Vang Manasa Yoho
Agocharam Api San
Agacharam Api San
Nivrittaishanaha
Nivrittaishanaha
Ye Brahmanaha
Ya Brahmanata
Ye Brahmanaha
Ye Brahmanaha
Te
Te
Tat Etat.
Tat Etat
So in Gita Press, you will have a Yat before the Tat. Okay, so that Yat you can scratch off. Tad Etat.
Tat Etat
Pratyaksham eva iti manyante.
Pratyaksham eveti manyante.
Yeah. Yat tad atma vijnanam sukham. So vijnanam, here vijnanam should be understood as chaitanyam, consciousness. The other name for vijnana. Based on context, we have to understand the meaning of this word. So yat tad atma vijnanam. That atma vijnanam that you talked about, that consciousness that you talked about, okay, which is atma vijnanam, atma chaitanyam, sukham. See, Nachiketa grasped this. He himself is saying sukham because it is easy to understand consciousness. I am consciousness, easy to understand. Because conscious being, no object out there is conscious. And this human being alone is conscious. Living beings are conscious. And not only conscious, conscious of the external world. That is all easy to follow. Chaitanya, Chit, easy to follow. Then Sat, Sat, Chit. Sat is existence. Existence also easy to appreciate. I exist. Everything exists. Exists. So that existence also I can appreciate. But this Ananda is there. That is where the problem lies. Okay, you're talking a lot about Sat and Chit, but what about this Ananda that I'm waiting for? Okay, don't have to wait for it because that Sat is Chit and that Chit also is Ananda. Okay, that Chit is the source of Ananda. I was telling in the class yesterday, last week, the fulfilling class. Hey, you are not a beggar of happiness. You are a donor of happiness. You are the giver of happiness. Like that, I was telling them the other day. I don't know how they took it. So, so Nachiketa says that's Sukham. He made the connection. And what else? That Sukham is Anirdeshyam. Anirdeshyam. It is all experienced constantly by people. And so they go after that experience, not knowing that really that Sukham is coming from oneself. But then it is Anirdeshyam. Anirdeshyam. Cannot be categorically expressed by words. Anirdeshyam, Atma. Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. That is the maximum you can say about Atma. Anything else you say will be going round and round and round. Round and round. And so that is why it is called Anirdeshyam. Shankaracharya says, Nirdeshtum Ashakyam. Ashakyam, not possible. Not possible for what? Nirdeshtum. Nischayena Nirdeshtum. Express. Clearly, with certainty, it can be expressed. It's going to be tough. It's tough. And so it cannot be described by words. And the word Paramam Prakrishnam will come later. Prakrita Purusha Vang Manasa Yoho Agocharam. That is the meaning of Nirdeshtum Ashakyam. Make a note. Nirdeshtum Ashakyam means what? Hey, Vang Manasa Yoho Agocharam. Gocharam, objectifiable, perceivable, thinkable, imaginable, able to do any of these things. Even imagining is objectifying. If I can imagine Pluto right now, I am objectifying Pluto, planet Pluto. And I can see Pluto also with a telescope. So all that is objectifying. Now there are things that are only in the mind. Okay, that's fine. Only in the mind means an emotion. You can only feel an emotion. There's no object called emotion, but I can feel the emotion. Okay, there it. You felt it. Therefore, it is objectifiable. So here he says, Vang manasayoho agocharam. Objectifiable means gocharam. Go means, sense organs, we said earlier, right? That which can be captured by the sense organs. Gocharam, literal meaning. All right. Vang manasayoho agocharam. This mind, manas, vang, vak, organs of speech, you can't even think of Atma and you can't even express Atma through words. That is what he's saying. Vang manasayoho agocharam. By whom? It is prakrita purushai. Prakrita purusha means the lay persons. Lay person. The average person. Average person, of course, may not even know Atma is there is something called Atma. But they will be struggling with Atma. What about us? Are you saying that we can grasp Atma? Yeah, we can grasp Atma, no doubt about that. Because we are all adhikaris. Adhikaris. Adhikari. Vivekam, Vairagyam, Shamadamadi, Mukshitvam is there. That is the preparation for this. So I can appreciate Satyam Jnanam, even though it's not objectifiable as an object. It's not why it's not an object? Because it's the subject. It's the subject. It is the subject that objectifies the entire universe. That is why we say it is not objective. All right. So Atma cannot be categorically stated. A famous, the Yato Vacho Nivartante from Taittiriya Upanishad. So in your Abhyasa class, you can review that. You can memorize it. Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasa Saha. Yataha Vachaha Nivartante. That from which all words return, they just bounce back without doing their job, helplessly bounce back. Yato vacho nivartante. What about the mind? Okay, words are helpless. What about mind? Mind is strong. Aprapya manasa saha. Along with the mind, both come back empty hand. Manasa saha aprapya. Brahma aprapya. Like that, there is a beautiful sentence. Like Anandam Brahmano Vidwan. Next word. That
Guruji, Prakrishtam means what is the literal meaning?
Prakrishtam, I forgot to mention. All right. Prakrish. Paramam. Chiketa said Paramam Paramam Sukham, right? So that Paramam here, Shankaracharya explains as Prakrishtam. Prakrishtam, literal meaning is the highest, supreme. Paramam Sukham. Supreme Sukham means what? It is non-experienced happiness. Correct? Everything else is experienced happiness. That's the only happiness I know. But what about that happiness that cannot be experienced, but that is there in every experience, which is me, the essence, which is Atma. That is the Paramam. Shankaracharya says Prakrishtam. Prakrishtam. Every other happiness is Nikrishtam. Come and go. Agama Pai Ananda it is. This is not Agama Pai Ananda. This is not coming and going Ananda. It is permanent Ananda. This is the source of all experiential happiness. That is why it is called Paramam is equal to Prakrishtam. Sukham. Sukham was said earlier itself. Shankaracharya brought the word earlier, Sukham, which is Atma Vijnanam, consciousness. It is not another object, Sukham, that is sitting out there. No. Atma is Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Sat, Chit, Ananda. So that Ananda, sometimes called as Bimbananda. Bimbananda. As opposed to Pratibimbananda. Pratibimba is a reflection. All the happiness I experience is reflected happiness. But this Bimbananda is the source of happiness. It is the essence. It is happiness incarnate. But all you want to call that word, call it like that. Okay.
So what should I write? Prakrishtam?
Prakishtam, you can say greatest. But that you can't translate it and you can't take it literally. Tomorrow you can't take it literally and ask me what is the meaning of highest. Then I will catch you. Okay. We put in quotes, put highest in quotes, supreme in quotes. Original,
Guruji,
you can say.
Guruji, when you say that Vak and Manas is returned, can we correlate that the Agni and Vayu returned in the Kathopanishad?
That's it. That's it. Agni Vayu return. Same story. Beautiful.
Okay.
All right. Prakrita Purusha Vang Manasayoho Agocharam Api San. A. Despite this Atma being such that you can't, no words can grasp it, no mind, intelligent mind also cannot grasp it. Grasp it means catch it. As an object, it can't be caught. Okay, despite Atma being like that, Api San, okay, Nivrittaishanaha ye Brahmanaha. But then there are people who are all Nivrittaishanaha. It's a beautiful word coming from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Okay? And एतं वै तमात्मानं विदित्वा पुत्रैषणाः वित्तैषणाः लोकैषणाः अथ युद्धाय अथ भिक्षाचर्यं चरन्ति. Like that, there's a famous statement in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Tametam atmanam viditva. Having known this Atma, who are these people who do this? Putraishanaha. They give up all these things. What are the things? The putra ichha. Putra ichha means desire for offspring and family. Putraishanaha. Okay. Vittaishanaha. Vitta, wealth. What for is the wealth? What will we do with wealth? Like that they talk. The beautiful dialogues are there. What will we do with wealth? And then what? Putraishanaha, Vittaishanaha, cha, Lokaishanaha. Cha. Loka, everything else other than Putra and wealth. Whatever else is there in this universe. That entire thing. Vyuthaya. Vyuthaya. Having given all of that up. The Vikshacharya Charanti means they surrender to the all-knowing Brahman. They become Brahma themselves. They just let go. Then say there is no longer any. We are free. Vikshacharyam is a way to express that freedom. Means no longer they, even for food, they don't compete. Even for food, which is the basic need for every living being. And we accumulate for a future. I don't want to be hungry sometime in the future. They say, doesn't matter. I'll get food somehow. So like that. That is the idea there. So there, what does he say? That Eshana. It's called Eshana. Eshana means Icha. Okay. So Nivritta Eshanaha, those for whom the Ichaha, for these three Ichaha, right? Traishanaha, Vittaishanaha, Lokaishana. These people were given up these three kinds of desires. Nivritta. Nivritta means free from, who are free from those desires, right? So, Nivritta Eshanaha, ye, those people, ye log, jo log aisa hain. And they're also called Brahmana. They're also called Brahmana. That is now the real definition of Brahmana is coming. Okay. And we saw another shloka, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 3, 8, 10, if you want to make it. 3, 8, 10 is that dialogue between Gargi and Yajnavalkya. Yova etadaksharam gargi aviditva asmal lokat praiti sa kripanaha. One who leaves this world without knowing this Atma is a miser because he did not use this mind that was given to him. And then Adhyaya Atmanam viditva asmal lokat praiti leaves this world knowing Atma. That person is only called like that. Yajnavalkya says there in the Prabodharana 3:8-10. The mantra I quoted before, Putreshanaha is Brihadaranyaka Upanishad 3:5-1. Want to read? Such people, ye Brahmanaha, what do they people? They also say it is this Atma is too difficult to grasp. No. They don't talk like that. They say te tad yetat pratyaksham eva iti manyante. Pratyaksham eva iti manyante. Hey, this Brahma is not remote. It is me. I figured it out. I got it. That is what they say. Pratyaksham iti manyante. For them, it is not remote anymore. For them, it is not a goal to be reached after death. Correct? They're all Jivan Mukta. And I am the Jagat Karanam, they will say. They will no longer say Brahma is Jagat Karanam. They will say, I am the cause of the world. That's the shift. That's the shift that happens. Okay? And that kind of I, the cause of the world, cannot be experienced. This experience is such a finite thing. Why are you stuck with that finite experience? This is knowledge. Knowledge beats all experience. The last class I gave those people an example of after discussing a lot about our human pursuit, slowly I introduced Vedanta in the last class. And so I told them of the possibility that I am searching for something that already is there with me, that idea I was giving. And so I gave the example of this sun rising in the east, that example I gave. So sun rising in the east is a perception, but you need not take perception to be the reality itself. Reality could be very much opposite to that. And so that maybe that is the case with us. That's the idea I was giving them. So here also, you can see your face in the mirror, but guess what? You can never see your face. All of us are going to die without seeing our face. Don't feel sad, okay? I don't think anybody felt sad about that. I'm very sad. I couldn't see my face. Like that, I have not heard anybody say. But it's okay. I'm happy seeing my face in the mirror. So that's the idea here. All right. So remember, Nachiketa is asking this question. These are his statements, right? So manyante, such people, he knows who are those people who consider tad etaditi. Okay, that Shankaracharya has explained to us, right? Those people who are all vitaragis, given up, there's no longer a need. Finding ragadvesha, such people. All right, next. Read the next bhash. Katham no
कथं नु
kena prakarena
केन प्रकारेण
tat sukham
तत् सुखम्
aham vijaniyam
अहं विजानीयाम्
idam iti
इदम् इति
atma buddhi vishayam
आत्मबुद्धिविषयम्
आपादयेयम्
आपादयेयम्
यथा
यथा
निवृत्तैषणाः
निवृत्तेषणाः
यतयः.
यतयः.
Yeah. So that second half Shankaracharya is explaining. Katham nu tad vijani. Katham nu. So nu. Nu is another particle in Sanskrit. nu, kila, kalu, all these words are there in Sanskrit. Particles which emphasize something. And so katham no. Indeed, he, here it is indeed. Katham, how can I really? How can? Kena prakarena, kis prakar se tat is equal to sukham. That sukham, that atma, which is the embodiment of sukham. Okay, that sukham, aham vijaniyam. How can I come to know that clearly? Janiya, vijaniya. Okay. Katham no aham vijaniya. Vijaniya means my mind is going somewhere.
Visheshana?
One sloka from the Bhagavad Gita. I'll give you a clue. Okay, I'll give you another clue. Chapter 4.
Arjunan's telling.
Ah,
Katham vijaniya.
correct.
Oh.
Good job. Arjuna uvacha aparam bhavato janma param janma vivasvatah kathame tad vijaniya tvamadau proktavaniti. Venkataramanji cashed it. Very good. Very good. It suddenly came to me. So, che vijani. Katham etad vijani. There also he says, katham etad vijaniya. Katham nutad vijaniya. How? How am I to know this? That there he is saying, hey, you taught sun, is it? Surya Devata, you taught? How am I supposed to understand this? Okay, very simple, very interesting question. So same thing here also. Na katham vijaniyam. Okay, explaining that further. Idam iti atma buddhi vishayam. This idam, the atma buddhi vishayam. That whole search is all over the universe. I've been searching, and that is atma buddhi vishayam iti. I'm almost there, but I still need some clarity. Okay, apadayeyam. Apadayam means how can I gain it? This is my knowledge. How can I say? How can I go from Shastram is saying it to I know it? How can I make the Shastra's vision as my vision? How can I make my Guru's vision as my vision? No longer I can say Guruji told, Guruji told. Can't say that. That is what he's asking. That's what he's asking here. Vijaniyam apadayeyam. Yatha, he's giving an example. Shankaracharya is explaining. Yatha nivritta vishaya eshanaha yataya. Just like those yatayaha, nivritta eshanaha. Just like those people before us, before me, who have given up everything for the sake of Atma, knew about it, and they became Jivan Muktas in their own lives, like that. And who are they? They are Yatayaha. Yatayaha, Yati. Yatna Shilaha. They are people who are not ordinary. They put some effort on. They knew that it takes some effort. A different kind of effort, not physical effort, but a different kind of Viveka, Vairagyam, Shravanam, Shrotavyaha, Mantavyaha, Nididhyasitavyaha, all mental effort it is. Okay? So Yatha, just like that. So after Yatayaha, you can put a question mark if it's not already there. Somehow in our old Sanskrit text, you will never see question marks. Everything is a full stop. I think question mark must be a new something, new age symbol, I think. I don't know. All right. Next.
Jayakumar, repeat that again. Apadayayam yatha nivritta ishanaha. Yataya, right?
Yeah.
So how can I grasp it like the Yatnashila?
Correct. Correct. The way they grasp it, how can I grasp it? That is it, because they're all, the books all say they're all jnanis and all. Can I be one like that? Is it possible? That's what he asked. Next.
Guruji, this Vishaya is not, you didn't read it, or it doesn't exist in your book? Nivritta Vishaya Yeshana.
Oh, Nivritta Vishaya Eshana. Okay. Yeah. So Eshana is desire. Vishaya Eshana is desire for Vishayas. Vishaya means object. Object means anatma. All this, they have given up the desire for anatma completely because they know Sukha is not there. Paramam Sukham is not there in anatma. They know that. Therefore, Vishaya Eshana. Thank you for reminding me. In the previous one, he says Nivritta Eshana. Correct. In the previous thing, just desires he says. Here, Vishaya Eshana he says. All right, good. Himutadbhati.
Kimutadbhati
Dipyate.
Dipyate
Prakashatmakam.
Prakashatmakam
Tadyataha.
Tadyataha
Asmadbuddhigocharatvena.
Asmadbuddhi Gocharatvena
Vibhati vispashtam drishyate.
Vibhati Visprashtam Drishyate
Kim va na iti.
Kim va na iti.
So now the last quarter. Kimubhati vibhati va. Last quarter of the mantra is explained. Kimu tad bhati dipyate. Does Atma reveal itself? Does it have that kind of capacity to just somehow show up at the right time? But he knows Atma is self-existent. It is always there. Okay? It is self-revealing. It is always there. So, but he is asking because he's still learning. So, Kimu Bhati. Does Atma reveal itself? Yataha. See, you bring the yataha. Yataha tad prakashatmakam. Yataha. Yataha means because it is prakashatmakam. Because it is of the nature of brilliance. Prakasha. Anything that shines is Atma, really speaking. So, because Atma is the one that shines, it's the only shining entity. Will it somehow reveal itself? Now I am ignorant, but will it reveal itself sometime? Will it shine? Literal meaning shine, right? Since it is self-effulgent, prakashatmakam, will it reveal itself? Means what? Within brackets. Or does it need something else to reveal it? It's like, do I have, will the sun reveal itself? Or do I have to bring a flashlight out and show the sunlight? Do I have to do that? Okay. Shankaracharya continues. Asmat buddhi gocharatvena vibhati vispashtam drishyate kim va na iti. So, now he is explaining the word vibhati. He is saying, vibhati means what? Asmat buddhi gocharatvena vispashtam drishyate. Hey, asmat buddhi, my buddhi. All this has to happen here in my head. Okay? Asmat buddhi gocharatvena. This buddhi only can decide whether buddhi knows or not. Somebody else cannot decide whether I know or not. Somebody else cannot push stuff into my head. It has to happen here somehow. Somehow it has to happen. Therefore, that asmat buddhi gocharatvena, as an object, as something that I have understood, I must be able to get up from my seat and say, yeah, I got it. Even though yato vacho nivartante, even though Atma is not an object, it is the subject, still, is it possible for my mind to grasp it? Vispashtam drishyate. Spashtam itself should have been enough. Vispashtam. Visheshena spashtam. Because this is very unique. This is not another anatma. It is atma. It is not another subject among all the other subjects. It is the subject, not the object. All right. Vispashtam drishyate. Kim va iti. Kim va. Yes or no? How does this whole thing happen? Does Atma just come up in front of me? Or finally will I understand it crystal clear? Can I have a crystal clear understanding? That is the Vispashtam Drishti. Clear understanding, crystal clear understanding. So that is what he's saying. So in the Bhagavad Gita, look at the 7th chapter, 7.2, you can make a note. Okay. Jnanam teham savijnanam idam vakshyamya sheshatah yajñātvā neha bhūyonyat jnātavyam avashishyate. Hey, if you know this is Krishna's promise. If you know this Atma, then there is nothing else will be left in this world for you to know. Jnātavyam avashishyate. Na kimapi na avashish. Nothing will be left. That is the kind of assurance he gave there. That it looks to me like Nachiketa is asking that question. Will I know it? Or will there be something else to do after knowing this? So, that's the question he's asking. Let's do that, Maya. You have to start with Nachiketa Uvacha. That's how it starts. Nachiketaha, Visarga drops. Because of Visarga. Nachiketaha Uvacha. Nivrittaishanaha within brackets. Nivrittaishanaha tad anirdeshyam paramam sukham. Okay. Nivrittaishanaha supplied tad anirdeshyam paramam sukham etad iti manyante. Full stop. Aham within brackets. Aham tad katham nu vijaniyam. Question mark. Aham tad katham nu vijaniyam. Katham aham tad nu vijaniyam. Next sentence. Tad supplied. Kim u bhati vibhati va. Tad kim u bhati vibhati va. Question mark. Tad kimu bhati vibhati va. Once again. Nachiketa uvacha. Nivrittaishanaha, or you can even say Brahmanaha. Nivrittaishanaha tad anirdeshyam paramam sukham etad iti manyante. Full stop. Aham tad katham nu vina vijaniyam tad kimu bhati vibhati va. Okay. Next one. Atra uttaram
Atra uttaram
idam
idam
bhati cha vibhati cha
भाति च विभाति च
iti
इति
katham
कथं
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्र तारकम्
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम्
नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः
नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः
तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम्
तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम्
तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति
तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम्
न तत्र सूर्यो भाति न चन्द्रतारकम्
नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः
नेमा विद्युतो भान्ति कुतो यमग्निः
तमेव भान्तमनुभाति सर्वम्
तमेव भान्तिमनुभाति सर्वम्
तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति
तस्य भासा सर्वमिदं विभाति
So, Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Atra Uttaram, answer to that question raised by Nachiketa. Uttaram, Atra Idam is this. Okay, after Idam, you can put a hyphen. Idam. And the rest of the sentence must be in quotation marks. This is the answer to Nachiketa's question. What is that? Bhati cha vibhati cha iti. That Atma Sukham that you asked about, so Atma Sukham, you can put in as a word in front. Okay. Atma Sukham, Bhati cha vibhati cha. It reveals itself and there is a finite end. You will know it clearly also. It will reveal it in a way that you can comprehend it completely. It will be so complete that you will know very clearly that there is nothing else left to be known. Vibhati cha iti. Then katham, how is that? That is what is coming up next. So the next sutra must be prefaced by Yama Uvacha. So this is a famous mantra. Many of you know this mantra already, which we chant during the time of Harati. So, and showing that flame to Bhagavan,
Bharati.
we chant this mantra. Na tatra suryo bhati. And so it's a very it is also there in the Mundaka Upanishad. Same mantra appears in Mundaka. So it gains extra prominence because of that. So basically it is saying what? We'll see the example. Saying that even the sun, when we say sun shines, yeah, physically the sun is shining. I can see that. Sun is what brightens the whole universe, whole world, whole earth. Okay. I can see that. But really speaking, the real shine comes from Atma. Even the shine of the sun is not possible without Atma. That is the essence of this. Okay. Here they Suryaha Bhati, Chandra, Tarakam, Vidyut lightning, and then Agnihi. 5 things are mentioned. 5 luminous objects are mentioned in this one. And Tameva Bhantam Anubhati Sarvam. Hey, everything, if at all you say sun is shining, that shine is borrowed from Atma. Borrowed from Atma. It shines because Atma has that potential to shine. Tasya bhasa sarvamidam vibhati. It is from that Atma's brilliance alone, consciousness alone, existence alone, that everything else is able to do what they are doing. That is the essence of this mantra. All right, let's read the Bhaashyam. Na tatra
Hariji.
na tatra
न तत्र
tasmin
तस्मिन्
swatmabhute brahmani
आत्मभूते ब्रह्मणि
sarva avabhasakah api
सर्व सर्व
avabhasakah
सर्व अभवासक अपि
api suryah bhati
सूर्यः भाति
tad brahma
तद्ब्रह्म
na prakashayati ityarthah.
न प्रकाशयति इत्यर्थः
Yeah. Na tatra suryo bhati. Shankaracharya said. Tatra. Tatra. Tatra means what? Shankaracharya is saying. Tasmin swatma bhute brahmani. Saptami, And so, with respect to that, that what? Swatma bhute brahmani. With respect to this topic of Brahma that you're asking about, with respect to Brahma, Atma Sukham and all you said, right? So, with respect to that Brahma, which is Swatma Bhutam, that Brahma, which is present here as Atma, which is not separate from Atma. Swatma Bhutam, very beautiful words it says. Very difficult to say these things in English. So, with respect to that Brahmananda Sukham, which is same as Atmananda, identically available as Atmananda. Oh, no, I'm a small part of the entire universe. Therefore, you divide that entire Ananda into so much, and then I'll have some small, minute amount of Ananda. No, not like that. Not like that. So, Swatma Bhute Brahmani. With respect to that Brahma, that has been the topic of our discussion all along. Okay? That is the meaning of Tatra, with respect to or with regard to, in connection with. Right? Then what? Suryaha na bhati. Surya. When you talk about Brahma, then I will say Surya is incapable of shining. Aditya does not shine at all. Aditya does not shine? Yes, Sarva Bhasakaha api, Sarva Avabhasakaha. Even though I accept that sun is the ultimate illuminator for all people on earth, nothing illumines like the sun. Still, that illumination is nothing compared to the illumination of Atma. That is physical light. That is physical light. But who gives existence to the sun? Who gives existence to the sun? Atma only gives existence. Therefore, he's saying, with respect to that Atma, sun is incapable. This is the literal meaning. Now, Shankaracharya will tell us what is the actual meaning, how it should be understood. He's saying, Tad Brahma na prakashayati ityartha. Put the word Surya in front. Before Tad Brahma, insert the word Surya. Surya. Suryaha Tad Brahma na prakashayati. The sun is incapable of illumining Brahma. The sun is incapable of revealing Brahma. The sun which just bursts the whole, everything that comes in its way and makes everything brilliant. Even that brilliant sun is incapable of showing me that. Okay, that is the way to be understand. So Tat and Brahma should be what? What vibhakti it is?
Ditya.
Ditya vibhakti, exactly. So Surya should be Prathama vibhakti. Tad Brahma na prakashayati. Prakash. Cause to illumining. Cause to brighten. Cause to brighten. Ityartaha. Ityartaha. That is the way that first quarter has to be understood. That's what Shankaracharya is saying. Na tatra suryo bhati must be understood in this manner. All right, let's continue. Read the Bhaashyam.
Guruji, this is similar to that tad bhasayate suryaha na shashanko na pavakaha. 15,
Correct.
6.
Correct. 15th chapter. Na tad bhasayate surya. Krishna borrows from here. Na tad bhasayate suryaha na shashanko na pavakaha. He borrows a few of these things. Yadgatva ananivartante tadhama paramam mama. Correct. 15th chapter. यदादित्यगतं तेजः जगद्भासयतेऽखिलं यच्चन्द्रमसि यच्चाग्नौ तत्तेजो विद्धि मामकं. Related. All right. Next. तथा
तथा
न चन्द्रतारकं
न चन्द्रतारकं
न इमाः
न इमाः
विद्युतः भान्ति.
विद्युतः भान्ति.
कुतः
कुतः
अयम् अस्मद्दृष्टिगोचरः अग्निः.
अयम् अस्मद्दृष्टिगोचरः अग्निः.
Yeah. Continuing that discussion. Tatha. Tatha, how will you fill up the sentence? Tatha Chandratarakam means what? Chandratarakam is what? Chandraha cha Tarakaha cha Chandratarakam. It's a samasa called Dvandva Samasa. A type of Dvandva Samasa. Dvandva Samasa, you know some examples. Rama Lakshmanau. Ramascha Lakshmanascha Rama Lakshmanau. वागर्थाविव संपृक्तौ वागर्थ प्रतिपत्तये जगतः पितरौ वन्दे पार्वती परमेश्वरौ. Parvati Parameshwarau is one word. Parvatischa Parameshwarascha Parvati Parameshwarau. It has become au because there are two elements in it, two words, two people. Okay. So Parvati Parameshwarau. Sometimes it will take on singular. You can even write Parvati Parameshwaraha. That also is correct. That's the form here. Many elements in a group, but it's one group. Therefore, it is called singular. It is given singular number. Here also it is same thing. Chandra Tarakam. Even though there is Chandra and Taraka here, two items are there. Still, that whole word is a singular word. Tamahara Dvandvaha. Tamahara Dvandva Samasaha. Sanskrit students. Anyway. Tatha Chandra Tarakam Brahma na Bhati. That is the way to complete the sentence. A name and all is coming next. Okay. Before that, Tatha Chandra Tarakam Brahma na Bhati. Subject is Chandra Tarakam, Brahma is object in the sentence, right? Accusate. So, likewise, just like sun cannot show me this Brahma, Chandra Tarakam, the moon and the star or stars also cannot reveal this Brahma. Okay? Then what? Brahma na bhati. You have to add the word bhati there, which is equal to prakashayati. Shankaracharya has told us that, right? Then na ima vidyutaha bhanti. Same idea. Vidyut. Vidyut. Vidyut is takaranta strilingam. So flashes of lightning, vidyutaha, streaks of lightning that you see, which are very brilliant, they're very bright. The dark night immediately becomes bright because of just one streak of light. So lightning is given here. So imaha vidyutaha, strilingam. These flashes of lightning, Brahma na bhanti. Bhanti plural. Don't say bhranti, bhanti. Bhanti. So Brahmana Bhanti, these flashes of lightning also cannot illumine Brahma. Okay. Na Bhanti, na Prakashayanti. They cannot reveal Atma. Okay. Yeah. Kutaha ayam asmad drishti gocharaha agnihi. You figured it out now. This thing, little small flame, which I created from a camphor, small piece of camphor. That too, sometimes this piece of camphor, we break it into two and then break it into four and then keep it, because it otherwise it will keep burning for a long time. Who wants this to burn for such a long time? We are not a temple or something, right? So at home, you just need, everybody does over. So 25 seconds, 10 seconds. So that little Agni, Kutaha I am Agni. What to talk of this Agni? And I am showing this Agni to you. Hey Bhagavan, saying that as though this light is supposed to illumine you. What a joke, right? That is what he's saying. Kutaha I am Agni. Agnihi Asmadrishti Gocharaha Agnihi. Hey, this Agni, which is right there in front of me, Drishti Asmad, our perception, Drishti, it is there right in front of us. At least sun is far away there, but this thing is right there in front of us. And it's a small little Drishti Gocharaha. It's very much perceivable. And unlike the sun is also perceivable, but I can't really see the sun for a long time. But here, I can see this flame, this little flame. What to talk of this flame? How can this flame reveal you, hey Bhagavan, because I'm doing this Harati, So, what to talk of this Agni, this Deeparadhana flame? Okay. So, sometimes what they say, this people get excited when they see this number 5, Suryaha, Chandraha, Tarakam, Vidyut, Agni. 5 are there. They immediately 5 means immediately Panchakosha, Panchabhuta, all these ideas should start coming to us, right? So Pancha Pramana, Pratyaksham, Anumanam, Arthapatti, Anupalabdhi, Upamanam. These are the 5 Pramanani. Other than the Veda Shabda Pramana, these are the 5. Right? What are they? Pratyaksham, visible, perceived, the direct perception through our sense organs. Pratyaksham. Anumanam, inference. Inference. You see smoke coming from the mountain, immediately you infer there must be fire. There must be fire. You don't know there is fire, but you say there must be fire. That is called Anumanam, inference. Then Arthapatti. Arthapatti is multiple step inference. A, therefore B, therefore C, therefore D, therefore E. Multiple step. Every lab, every diagnostic lab is giving the doctor data for a multi-step inference. They look at all these things, therefore this might be your problem. Okay? So that's called Arthapatti. Then what? Anupalabdhi. 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 Anupalabdhi is appreciation of absence. Absence. There is no pot in my hand. You don't see pot at all, but you can appreciate non-potness. That is called Anupalabdhi. Anupalabdhi. Palabdhi means grasping. Anupalabdhi means grasping the absence of. It's called Anupalabdhi. All right.
It's
Last
more
one.
to Buddhism, Guruji.
Huh?
Vedanta, they don't call it as pramana, but in Buddhism they accept Anupalabdhi.
Yeah, we don't use it that much, but it is still part of the pramana. Okay, Anupalabdhi. The last one is what? Upamanam. Upamanam is illustration. I can tell you something by giving an example. That itself is enough. I can tell you that if you don't know what a reindeer is, I can tell you the reindeer is like a deer, except it's much longer horns and it lives in the colder areas of the world. Yes. Oh, okay. So you get an idea of that reindeer. So like that, upamanam is very important. But primary pramanani are pratyaksham and anumanam, perception and inference. That's the primary. All right. So sometimes, so this 5 are given here. These 5 pramanas are incapable of revealing Atma. That is why I have to go after Shabda Pramanam, the Veda. That's the idea here. And so let's complete this. Let's read the next part of the Bhaashyam. Kim bahuna
Kim bahuna
yad yad idamadikam. Sorry, I think Adityadi must be there. Yad idam adityadikam
yat idam adityadikam
sarvam bhati
sarvam bhati
tat tameva parameshwaram
tatam eva parameshwaram
bhantam
bhantam
dipyamanam
dipyamanam
anubhati
anubhati
anudipyate
anudipyate
yatham
yatham
jalolmukadi
jalolmukadi
agni samyogat
agni samyogat
agnim dahantam
agnim dahantam
anudahati
anudahati
na swataha
na swataha
tadvat
tadvat
tasya eva bhasa
sya eva bhasa
diptya
tya
sarvam
idam
suryadi vibhati.
suryadhi vibhati.
Shankaracharya says he is explaining the last portion. Tameva bhantam, second half is explained. Kim bahuna? Why beat around the bush? Giving a list of things, Surya, Adi, etc. Why beat around the bush? Why not just go straight? Why not cut to the chase, like they say? So, Kim bahuna? Yad idam adityadikam sarvam bhati. Okay. All these Aditya examples were given Surya, Chandra, Tarakadi, right? All these things, idam sarvam bhati. Everything is shining all right. They're definitely, they have some physical shine, no doubt. Okay. They are appearing in our experience. In our experience, they all shine. They have their own original light. Okay, original light. Moon doesn't have original light, but still, for the example purposes, moon is still a source of light for us, correct? So, sarvam bhati, tat sarvam, all these things, really speaking, anubhati. Tat sarvam anubhati. Look at the verb. Anubhati is equal to anudipyate. Comes towards the end of the sentence, right? Really speaking, they don't bhati. They shine all right, but the real shine, their shining is borrowed from anubhati, right? Anudipyate. They shine after. Okay? That means what? They shine means what? They come to our awareness. They come to our awareness. The fact that I can say the sun is shining, that is what is being pointed out here. That Atma is what is required for all these things to happen. And they shine after what? Tameva Parameshwaram Bhantam Deepyamanam. Tameva Parameshwaram. So Tam, Hey, this Surya shines because of them, because of that Parameshwaram. Shankaracharya introduces. Whenever he wants to refer to Paramatma, Atma, which is all pervasive, he uses the word Parameshwara or Paramatma sometimes. So, tam Parameshwaram bhantameva anubhati. The sun shines because of the or following the Atma, borrowing that shining from the Atma. Atma doesn't shine physically. No, doesn't shine. If Atma were to shine physically, then all of us will be bright like sun, Not like that. The existence and consciousness that is there is the essence of the sun also. Because of that, because it is able to borrow the existence from Atma, it is able to shine. Physically shine. Anubhati, anudipyate. Do you want an example? Okay, let me give you some example. Yatha, yatha, jala, jalam. Just like water. Water. Ulmuka. Okay. We'll leave Ulmuka aside. Jala, just like water. Okay, I'll give you the example. Meaning Ulmuka means this, it's a torch, like the Olympic torch, Those days before we had electricity, they used to have this torch, means a something that looks like this, and they have fuel at the top, they have some cloth, etc. It will be burning. It will be burning. It will be kept burning. So that some light should be there, to do things. And so that is called Ulmuka. So Jala Ulmukadi, what about them? Agni Sanyogat Agnim Dahantam Anudahati Na Swataha Tatvat. Hey, this capacity to burn, etc., only belongs to heat, only belongs to Agni. Agni. But it doesn't belong to water. Water cannot burn. Really speaking, water puts out Agni. But the fact that water also is hot, which is the principle we use in the kitchen, in a vessel called cooker. And cooker, what cooks idli? Rice and all is not cooked by flame. It is the flame whose heat is passed on to the water, and that water cooks. That is exactly the example given here. And like that torch also, same thing, same example. Agni Sanyogat, by contact with Agni only, it is able to gain the properties of Agni. Okay. Dahantam Agnim Anudahati. It burns. If you say water burns, oh my God, it's burning. If you say, that burning is really Anudahanam. It's real. It is not, that burning is not the original feature, unique feature of water. It is not original. Swataha nadahati. Swataha. No, cannot burn. It has to borrow that capacity to burn. Tadvat. Like that. Like that. That's the way to understand. Therefore, what? Tasya eva bhasa deeptya sarvamidam suryad. Tasya bhasa. Tasya means what? You have to add here. Atmanaha. Atmanaha parameshwarasya. Atmanaha parameshwarasya tasya. Tasya eva bhasa deeptya. By the brilliance, by the consciousness, by the existence of that Atma alone. Sarvamidam suryadu vibhat. All things of this world, sarvam idam, sarvam covers everything. Suryadi, Shankaracharya adds. Because an example can only give so much. And so Suryadi, which means entire Jagat Ityartaha, entire universe, sarvam. Shankaracharya, Moolam says sarvam idam, Suryadi vibhati. So that non-luminous world is illuminated by the luminous sun, etc. But the luminosity of the sun also, the existence of sun also comes from the existence of Atma. That is the way to understand. Okay, so we'll pause with this and we'll continue with the remaining part of the Bhaashyam. And we'll do the Adhyaya also in the next class. Okay. Om Apadamapahaktaram Dataram Sarvasampadam Lokabhiramam Shriramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyaham. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.